To you, good morning, I should say, from Moscow. So expectations are higher. Then does it mean that
you again? No,
it doesn't mean that what's being dubbed as President Obama's key foreign policy achievement could just be round the corner? What are your thoughts?
Well, I think it will. When you have people from Colin Powell to Henry Kissinger to Bill Clinton endorsing the START treaty, it is a no-brainer, and Prime Minister Putin is correct that it would be stupid for the Republicans to continue to block it. But then again, they want to block everything. I think they are boxed into a corner now because our national security is at stake. Not only dropping the 20,000 that are out there publicly that the intelligence community doesn't want to use a number, but it's roughly 20,000 or even more that both countries have, down to some more reasonable number, but the inspections that are necessary so that rogue terrorists don't get at these nuclear weapons. That would be a disaster if you have terrorists that get at these weapons. So for all of those reasons, it's a must for the world's security to pass this treaty. And I believe that Republicans will come around because they, too, want the security and the safety of the world.
So why have they been dragging their heels so far? What have their motives been? Are they up in arms against Russia, or are they just trying to torpedo one of Obama's initiatives?
In the past, Republicans used to work with Democrats. Now, since Newt Gingrich, they've been wanting to kill everything. Regardless, they have a killer instinct that I wish the Democrats would perhaps join some of, but we try to get some things done, unfortunately, and it cost us dearly in the election. The Republicans have learned that sound bites can win elections instead of good governing. Something has to change, and just today at the National Press Club, I hosted Steny Hoyer, the House Majority Leader, who said we have to get past two-year election cycles and think in terms of the good of the country. Something has to happen to help us to good governance. But good governance in the world, not just the United States, includes passage of the START treaty. I think perhaps by embarrassing the Republicans, from stopping them from playing politics, which is dangerous, it's devastating, it could cause terrorism to succeed, they will come around and pass this treaty.
No matter how you look at it, this whole debacle's really highlighted, hasn't it, the shortcomings of the American political system. Can major issues like this really be hijacked to score points? It seems they can.
Well, you love your country, I love mine. Even when we lose elections, I love our country, and I love the fact that a majority of the American people can select a winner. So I can't go with you on that one, on the shortcomings of the political system as a whole. But in the near term, the fact that we have a cloture system that allows a minority of senators to block action has to be changed. It is not in our U.S. Constitution, but that's what's been hijacked. Republicans have hijacked the 60-vote rule instead of passing with 50.
Robert, you touched on it just now, but I want to expand on it a bit, please. The White House and many congressmen say a failure to ratify this treaty will endanger U.S. national security. What potential threats are we talking about here?
We're talking about terrorists that could get at the nuclear weapons because we're not doing sufficient inspections on the security and the safety of the facilities. That's the main thing. The other thing is, when you have 20,000 nuclear weapons aimed all over the world, anybody can get at them, but that's just too darn many, to be honest. And how can we persuade Iran to go to zero when we have 20,000 and won't reduce them? That would be a ridiculous statement of immoral proportions. So we have got to take the proper steps, like from Ronald Reagan to Bill Clinton on through. This has been bipartisan, to rid the world of nuclear weapons. And people called Reagan silly for having the dream. People said Obama was silly for having the dream. I think it's all of our dream. When I was in college, I organized a nuclear freeze rally that had 20,000 people at it at the University of Massachusetts, headed up by Senator Ted Kennedy. We have got to rid the world of the threat of nuclear annihilation. And this treaty is a small step toward that wonderful goal.
OK, live from Washington, Democratic strategist Robert Weiner. Thank you for your input here on our